Hello, monkey. Wait, is my sound there? Yes. Anyway, last week before Gamescom, next week I will be, or not next week. Today is Sunday. The week after, like the 24th to 30th, I will be gone on Gamescom. I will have my fun, and then I will return again. But until then, we have 1 week and a day to build more. Today we have a very big challenge, as I don't know how to make a good looking healing effect for the water formation. And for that I got Krita here. But I'm not sure if I am able to do anything good with this. I mean, okay, we have a tool, but we still don't have an artist. So bear with me, I guess. We'll see what we can do with this thing. Why is resolution pixel per inch here? What does that even do if I have the pixels here? Is this for printing? It's for printing, isn't it? Really doesn't matter for us. The rest I don't care right now. So we have this thing. We have layers here. I never used Krita before, so you have to see. Cannot get rid of the last layer. It is locked, that's why. Now this is a transparent thing, and I can color over it with a gray default color. You can do circles apparently. It has a predefined size. It has aliasing in there too, which is good. Can we do circular selections? Apparently we can. By the way, Ben, am I a pixel off here? No, it's just the position of the canvas. Well, can I zoom and then... Yeah, I cannot zoom afterwards, that's a problem. And I cannot edit it afterwards. So we need to be very precise with our clicks. Do we have a pixel? Thing that shows us where the yes. I don't see any guidance even when I hold there. Here hold, it says width and height. Okay. Is there any settings we can do so we can see that? Configure critter. Should I Google this? I mean, that kinda shows, but not exactly. Somehow my image is extremely laggy. I think something is up with NVIDIA and my resolution or something. I need to take care of that at some point. Now it's not laggy anymore, and it's laggy again. Like, I do movement and then it just lags behind. And I believe if I go to my other screen and do that, I don't have that issue. It's very strange. It's only here. So I'm not sure what's going on, but there's a Windows NVIDIA driver issue here. These brushes are meant to be in higher resolutions, I believe. Okay, be right back, guys. Like, I don't have lag here. It's very, very strange. Be right back, monkey. And monkey's back. Okay, I need to solve this lag issue first. Seems to be fine now. So yes, I was right with the graphics card stuff. But I guess we just need to set it up correctly. I think my general Windows setup, I also have this with other Windows, so we will see. Oh, hello Phil! Big walk. I didn't have time this time. Why did it add 2 when I just want to add 1? Well, whatever. Fill tool. Can I type in? Yes. 4 pixels. I wish I could see what pixel I'm on right now. So if I want to make an exact circle from 4, 4 to whatever here, I can't. I need to make guidelines to actually find the real position. Yeah, I'm doing it because I want to make circles, but this tool is not making it easy for me. It has other issues. Like, is this now pixel 4? I don't know. Maybe. And now I don't even see the selection where I'm going, but it says how big this gets, so I guess here. And the aliasing here is different than here. Bro, I am not sure about this thing. Like, okay, I can do like full thing, then I have the full range, but then it cuts off, of course. And when it cuts off, I have like 2 pixels here with aliasing pixel here, and 1 pixel here, aliasing pixel here, but 2 pixels here. So it is not consistent. Not even with odd numbers. It just does whatever it wants. So if I go maybe 1 pixel more then. So 9. It's snapping. It's very hard to get to 9. Oh my god, bullshit. Are you for real? You cannot get to 129. Just not possible. For both. You can get one, but not the other. Amazing tool. Amazing tool, yeah. This is It's a joke. So does this at least look like it is symmetrical? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2. Yeah, nah. This is not symmetrical. What is this? So these tools are actually useless unless you're doing big pictures where pixels don't matter. Yeah, fuck Affinity. They are how to say? They are advertising everything on AI, so no, fuck them. I don't need a tool that relies on AI, where I don't want to have content via AI. Well, this works. But how do I make it hollow now? So I would like now to do a new selection. I move this into the center. I'm not sure, it just looks very wobbly when I do this. How do I do this in a way where it's not wobbly? Oh my god. Is this the center? I'm not sure. Oh my god. This is actually ass. Like this? This is not centered, is it? Yeah, I know the AI stuff is paid, but yeah, no. If they are advertising that, oh, premium is AI, hey, if you pay us money, now you can be the best artist ever. No, fuck them. They can shove that into somewhere where the light doesn't shine. I'm actually contemplating about my life decisions. Maybe Aspite can help me here. Let's see. Need to install it real quick. It's starting downloading. I am perfect monkey. Now, can we do circles here? Are you kidding me? There is no circle tool? We can do rectangles. Let's look in the internet. Yes, sprite to circle. There's an ellipse tool apparently. There. Much better. Now, where are the layers? What the hell, man? Why are these tools also so difficult? Like, shouldn't the layers be just here? But no, they're not here. Aha! Why was this gone? Why is... Ah. It's in the timeline? I see, we use the animation timeline as layers. How do I make a new layer? Do I really need to click on layer and then new? Shift N. Background. Where do we make another circle? Feels wrong. This is more like it. Interestingly enough, it's wrong in the... Oh, okay, I understand. We are starting by 0, 0 and go to 1, 2, 7, which is correct. So if I go from 8, 8, of course we don't get to go to 120, we go to 119, like this. Huh. It even uses the second layer for filling. That's concerning. How did that work? Is there a setting for this? Man. Hey, Uni. So now I have a circle, but I have no way to use aliasing here. Anti-aliasing, that is. Sprite is for precise pixel creation, and Krita is for big things. So now I'm toolless. What I'm doing here I can do with GIMP. In a perfect world, I would make a perfect circle here and then just get what I want. How do I rotate? Where's the move tool? It's now additive and not overriding. Oh my god, this tool, I swear. I wouldn't say this is a perfect circle, but it comes close. But it is stupid the way I do it. Oh my god. Ugh. So there are 2 pixels here at center and there's 1 pixel here. Like, it's extremely stupid. What is the size, for instance? How do people work with low resolution and do precise geometrical correct shapes? I don't understand. What tool do people use? Is everyone really on Photoshop? That's insane. (63 to 63), which is 126. This is insanity. But I guess insanity is good enough for me. Now, what we do here is we mirror this shit. And then also mirror it vertically. And then we do it horizontally and then vertically. And now the circle would be perfect. The problem is I don't even know if the size is correct. So now I'm thinking, should I instead do these shapes in Unreal via shaders? Is that maybe the way to do this? The problem is I'm not a shader artist. Like, I have no idea. I know maybe what I want it to look like a little bit, but I am lacking so many fundamentals. So what path do I choose? Do I fake my way through GIMP or Krita or whatever? Do I search for a tool that is exactly what I want? It even could be whatever Phil just told me. You won't get better at making shaders if you don't start making shaders. That's true, but I'm not sure if I want to invest my time into shaders and instead find someone to make these shaders for me in the future. Like right now, I would need to select this part anyway, and I don't even know how in Krita. With this? What is this even? No idea. Yeah, whatever. It's rather pathetic that I'm right now failing just at the simple task of making a circle that is not uniformly just blue but has some kind of change in hue. This feels wrong. Well, now we have a circle. Now we would need a bit crusher. I know exactly what to do here, but it feels like way too much for just a simple circle. Just makes no sense to make this in shaders. Like, yes, I could now go here and then decide some circle for a pixel, and then depending on how far it is from that center, I can make it like faded into black. So we would have like this anti-aliasing or some kind of white softening, but it just makes no sense. So no, this goes out of the. This is also in the bin. There must be a easier way. Now look, I am cooking here, I think. Look, just some clicks and I have a perfect circle here. It's a little frustrating how easy it is. It's just now that I need aliasing in there and I can just use blur tool for that. But it's so, how to say, I need to use so many over the corner or whatever, like non-straightforward tricks to achieve this. And look at this. This is not really pretty for a circle, but I don't know. I really don't. is too much blur. Oh my god. Now, this is what I want. Although, I would maybe... No, this is actually perfect. I of course don't know if the thickness is good enough. But now we would need to find a way to color this in a way that is not just blue, I guess. Like we have this now, I can just put this in and then go ahead and duplicate this and make this not visible. Now change the color values here. How do I do that? Color balance? No. Hue. Colorize? Nah. Or is it? Is this the way? Ooh. Ooh. Okay, I see. Maybe the white part is a little too strong here. It does look interesting though. Ah, I can do this. Okay, so how do I get blue now? A perfect blue. How? RGB would be very helpful here. Oh, colorize is nice, but I would need to find the right value for this. 240 is the correct value. Okay, great. This is a different scale than what we have here. Amazing. 360. You fucking have to kid. Why do they use two different fucking... Oh my god. Why would you not use the same unit? Like, why is this from 0 to 1 and the other one is in degrees? What is wrong with these tool developers, man? Oh my god, you can actually do this? Let's do this then instead. Holy shit. Well, the question is, maybe I need to blur this more. Thinking of. While I do this, how will this be added into 3D? Is this now a billboard? That would look odd. And without a billboard, it's also strange. Do I use multiple of these and then make them rotate in different axes, like a gimbal thing? And just use that? What if the level 1 has only 1 sprite, the level 2 has 3 sprites, and the level 4 is like this big giant thing on top doing it? Could work. Maybe in the center we need some kind of energy too then. Some kind of sprite that is a little brighter. So first thing we have to do here is make the original circle a little bit more blurry. This thing. Let's close these two. And then duplicate this one. Gaussian blur. This looks already nice, I guess. Let's try this one. Wait, we can still edit this, right? Maybe we should keep that and add one on top. Or the colorization. Oh my god, just do this. And then we can do... Oh! I like this. Imagine if we could add a filter in the blueprint itself to just make this pulsate like this. Maybe that's the way to do this, right? Maybe we shouldn't color this here. Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we should just extract it and then make black transparent and then go from there. Alrighty, cancel. Yeah, what the hell, let's do that and export this. Altenbaum, 2D effects, abilities, water, and then I don't know what to call this, doesn't matter. 128 blue blurred circle, not blue. Circle, export, no compression, and then we go here. To the effects, abilities, water. Alrighty, and now we try our luck in the shader to make this work. Translucent, unlit. Okay, so the opacity, the darker it is, the more transparent it needs to be, so we need to work with 1 minus here, I think. 1 minus. Doing this. Or did I do it exactly the opposite way? I think I did. Yeah, it's the other way around actually, so we just do this. Alright, so... okay. Now the color. Do I just multiply blue into this? How does the colorization algorithm work there? How did it make from white RGB into blue. This makes no sense. Because now we need to also HSV to RGB. Right this way. Now I believe we need to change these values one by one and recombine them into this. So break, or what was it? Component mask. We could use and value, please. And then combine component. How do I combine these again into a vector? Append vector. Does that work? Seems to work. So now this is on whites. How do we change this from white to blue? 244. So H needs to be 244 now. Is that correct? Or 240 maybe? Nope. Maybe 360 divided. Okay, great. Amazing. Why is this now a 2 instead? I want to achieve this. What if we just multiply with a color? It will not stay 1 though. So how do we do it else? Me too. Hey, with Dad, welcome to the stream. Sadly, I'm really bad at shaders, so I really don't know how to do this. I would assume I need to convert this to HSV. What's the difference between those two? Just the capitalization? Do they do the same thing? The notes look different. Ah, this one does it to 0 to 1, I guess. I feel that right now. So, okay. Mask. 3. This one is that. Oh. Like this. And then we can append these to vector. Like so. And then convert this back to HSV to RGB. Now the problem is, this will probably do a different thing. So there is no bringing it back. Like if I do this now, this doesn't work, right? Oh, it does work. Excuse me? How does this make sense? I'm going insane. Okay, so let's turn this blue. 240 divided by 360. And then do this. Nope, it's not blue. So let's say 1, 1. It is blue. Okay. What about this? Nope. What about... Well, my system has an input router, so I can just plug in any input I want. I have no clutter there. I have like an interface between my in-game logic and whatever input comes from outside. I can just remap everything as I like. But this is driving me crazy. What I want to do is this effect, basically. And I have no idea how to do this. Should I just go RGB and then just do this instead? Just take the blue and just reduce and make it a little higher. Is that the way? Are you an interface dev? What does that mean? I'm just a dev. I do everything. Like UI is not my strong suit, but I also create UIs in Unreal. But it's, as you know, it's not really very how to say, straightforward to make UI in Unreal. Like a UI designer would do it differently than what you have in Unreal. But I can work with it. If a UI designer wants something, I can convert it to whatever they wish for, but it depends on what they wish for, of course. But no, I'm just a developer. I do everything. They do? Maybe I should do that then. Like my interface looks like this. If we go here in blueprints, I have this input router and I have the input controller. In input controller, I just grab any input that is important in my game. Any new button, etc. comes here and then will be mapped into a call. It really depends. I could even make some kind of special call where I can say key press with a payload, so I can just do it as a payload based signal instead of a key is just pressed, whatever. It really doesn't matter. This is just the way I just mapped that currently because it's easier. And then in the router, I just grab the input press key, look at what kind of input mode I am, and then I just go in here and then map whatever I need, whatever I pressed into these. It's called W, but it could be just your stick pushing forward, for instance. Exactly. Like, it is not finished yet. I just use everything on my keyboard, but technically these things need to be like called move forward or go whatever, etc. And then I have different inputs that go into this call signal instead. And then it should work. And then in router I just pipe it through whatever needs to be done, like just logic flow here, and then it goes into different systems. But thank you. Okay, so back to our shader. So what we have to do is get the white part stay white and everything else to be bluish, which means the darker it gets, the darker R and G needs to be, right? So is it then more like we append vectors like this, and then the first one is just a 1 and the other one is just the mask for, wait, not the 1, no, this is wrong. RG and then B like this. Aha. Now we are getting somewhere. So if I now play around with this value, it needs to get darker. Ah, but it's not exactly what we want, right? This is still not what we want. Okay. What is happening here in GIMP actually? Like if I'm here and do this, this is actually taking whatever this grayscale texture is and then applies this color on top. But in what way? How does this algorithm here work? I don't understand this colorization. I really love to make this happen, but how? With a value that just does this pulsate thing here. Do I just have a little range? Okay, first off, I need to be able to recreate this. Can we even do that? Because this doesn't really look blue right now, right? Let's say no opacity for now. And no, this is exactly not what we want currently. We want this inside part to be blue, not the dark part. So if it's white, everything is 1, 1, 1. And the rest just goes down. And this is not it. This is wrong anyway. It's more like B stays what it is. And then we have RG in here with the color. Kinda. There's something still strange here. My god, my brain. Hey Wizdad, how did you come up with your name? If you're still here, that is. A bunch of your favorite characters. A character class. Ah, I see. They would disagree. Well, can you cast something? I see. Speaking of which, I have to go pick up a kid who is pet sitting, so I learn how the timing. Okay. Well, this is exactly not what I want here. Fucking stupid shit. Congratulations. I'm still dying here. Wait, what? Why are we masking this? Why am I masking these? Am I stupid? What's going on here? Doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Bye bye! my god. How is this possible? I don't understand. Right now, anything that comes as 1 here should be 0.66. So everything needs to turn into blue, which also is not what I want. But maybe the values are different, because it's probably not what the range is in HSV. What is the range of SHV here? Maybe that's something to find out here. Let's see. Boop. Okay, this is exactly blue. So it goes from 0 to 1. That is for sure. And this. What the hell? Okay. And this. Yeah, this is exactly that. So if I multiply this, is it not multiplying the top with the top? I mean, fine, I guess. Component. Break. How do I get the vector? That's what I need. Okay, so it still turns into that, but why? I see. Actually, even like this. Wait, this value is 0? Hello, Scene. Hello, Raiders. How are you guys? I'm dying here. I'm currently trying to make this effect that I have here in GIMP translate into Unreal, and I just cannot achieve it. I just don't get the same value. Like, I kinda have it, but it's just not the same. And I am really frustrated here. My god. I don't understand this at all. How does this even happen? How does it get from here to here? How does it manage that? I am dying, guys. I feel so stupid. Can I do this in another way, maybe? No, I can't. Or maybe? Should I just take another layer on top and then just make it happen like this? Is that the way? Just two images on top of each other? And the other one is just pulsating? Maybe that's the way. Maybe that's the way. It is stupid, but maybe. Let's think. We need to minimize this. And then have it on top of this blue thing. So we have one circle that has the opacity. And it's just blue. Like that. And then on top we just take this divide by some kind of value or multiply by some value. And we would need to use that as the opacity though for this particular part, and then use it as white on top. How? How? How do I cut off anything else? Do I use a if here? If this greater than some value, I don't know. Then use white, else use this thing. And then put that. Oh great. Oh great. Okay. Kinda works. It's for sure not what I want. What the hell, man? Okay, no, we don't need to multiply. Might need this though. Okay, that's wrong. Maybe we just go in like that. No, wait. Like that. Nope. Now I need to like shade this down in alpha and put the blue shine through. Oh my god. Why everything? It's the color. Okay. So I just render out another ring. A smaller one. Okay, no. We actually need to make a smaller ring now. We have this ring, but now we have to make it thinner. How do we make this thinner? Do I pixel something? Like I can cut here. Welcome back. Okay, so what I need to do is we need to grab the opposite of the selection like this, and then how do I grab the subtract from the current, intersect. How do I get the opposite of the thing I'm selecting here? There we go. So we made an incision, and now we need to do the same thing with the inner circle, but we need to fill it. Like this. Now we get the fill tool with black. Alright. And now we close this, duplicate it, merge everything, and do another filter. Well, that's not what I wanted. Although it looked cool, but it's not what I wanted. Okay, so we have this blur, but I'm not sure if that's maybe too much. 0.5? No. 1? Maybe. Alright, let's try this on top. Okay. Okay. Listen. Now let's think. We have this background, and now we have this foreground that I want to have over it. I could add it on top, but that's not how this should be, probably. Anything that is left from here needs to be colored by this. So if it's 1, this is 0. If this is 0.75, this is 25, like 0.25. So this is this plus 1 minus multiplied by this thing, and add that in there, put it here, right? And now we just need to make this pulsate. Well, I feel like coloring is a little off here, but we will see. Let's add that one. Make this a parameter. Yeah, this is not exactly like how it looked like in GIMP. But it's closer than whatever I came up with until now. Maybe it just needs to have two different textures here to make this happen in a better way. But I think this is now the ring. Oh my god, I used like my whole development day for this. Imagine. To come up with just this ring that just pulsates. It's pathetic. Something like this. Just maybe faster. Could work. But I'm not sure if this is maybe too big. But now imagine some rings. This needs to be adjusted with the textures probably. That fly around and then do some particles. I think I need to make this texture 64 in resolution and maybe adjust the thickness. That's what we will do tomorrow though. Oh my god, I feel so frustrated. This was not a good day for progress. Oh well. I sadly don't see anyone to raid. So you guys are on your own here. I just got a screen load of this blueprint. Error, access not trying to read. Property vehicle movement in BP chaos. Da, da, da. Node set throttle input. Yes, that's a very common issue. You have like a null access. You have to look into your BP driving chaos master, whatever that is. Ah, I see. I find this error to be the easiest one to fix. You just follow whatever the logic is, find out where it doesn't have the object, fill it in, and voila, it's gone. I would have loved to show you more of programming, but alas, we have to do some assets. Interface that is fighting with my steering system. Ah, I see. Oh well, but this is it for today from Monkey. Tomorrow at the same time I will be here. So, Phil, with that, thanks for tuning in. Scene, all the raiders, thanks for raiding. Lurkers, thank you, thank you. Everyone, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye, monkey.